No question, the quickest way to happiness is accountability. When people start looking for somebody else to be at fault, whether it's the government or their aunt or their fucking boss, they always lose. You got your perspective. I just want to be happy. Don't you want to be happy? The throwback stuff is so popular.
Well, some of this stuff you're saying is crazy.
How long ago it was?
It's kind of a web 1.0.
This would be great podcast content too,
honestly. I'm thinking it's going to be Amazon. I actually think
What the fuck?
Yeah, is the most underrated company on the internet today.
Let's fucking go. I want you to get what Amazon's stock price was on April 6, 2011.
So everybody's trying to figure out which company is going to win this big tech.
We can start it with like, hey, if you were listening to Gary and bought 1,000 shares of Amazon on this day for this price, it'd be worth this much now. That'd be an amazing video. Two companies really stick in my craw. Amazon and Netflix. They were just good entrepreneurs. Everybody's trying to figure out which company is gonna win this big tech battle. I've been thinking it's gonna be Amazon. I actually think Amazon, is the most underrated company on the internet today. This company has always shown the ability to innovate. They understood commerce. They went out and bought Zappos for culture. You know, I like that because that's thank you economy. Every day that goes by, I'm continuing to be impressed by how Amazon executes, delivers, and creates innovation that is bringing money to its bottom line. And so for you sitting now and watching, I gotta be honest, you know, I'm no Jim Cramer, though a lot of people think I get crazy. I think Amazon may win this whole thing. That's fucking amazing.
Fireside chat with Jessica Alba. This is just the podcast lead-in.
What up, podcast? This was a talk I did about 18 months ago with Jessica Alba. It was really great for the whole company and just a lot of insights that I think are timeless, which is why I wanted everybody to listen to it. Hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching, Jesus Christ, listening to the podcast. I don't know why I want you guys to read and watch my podcast. I'm very passionate that audio and listening is the future. I'm actually recording this while I'm about to give this talk in DC, and I've been on vacation for about a week, and literally I just could see the rust coming out in this little pre-read. So anyway, hit me up on Twitter and say, hey, Rusty B, and enjoy this podcast.
Next one is bull.
What I just did is what nobody ever does.
I know.
And it's so human, and it's so much what?
Yeah, it's 100%. That's exactly right.
You know how else I feel about that? Steroids. I think people should do steroids. Like, I actually, kind of logically, now let me preface this, this is all on the record. I'm not educated at all, but there's something that feels so intuitively great to me that
Real quick.
the average male may just want to take steroids. I think that's a good idea.
Is this for the podcast?
I believe it's a micro clip.
Yeah, it doesn't matter either way. Hey guys, what you're about to watch and or listen to, depending on how you roll, is 2 minutes and change on my thoughts about a lot of my friends and acquaintances in the business world talking about, you know, different drugs, different, you know, aspects of the mind. And it was just a fun little clip. Forget about politics, I just don't want to talk about it, but I want to talk about one thing that I just want everybody to know about America. If you're willing to try to cross the border illegally into our country, knowing that you are going to be potentially and now highly likely separated from your 4 to 8 year old for 6 months potentially, imagine what the fuck you're running from. We're just so lucky. I don't know what to say. First of all, we're just like, I couldn't imagine if the first 25 years of my life were spent in Soviet Russia. My grandfathers both went to jail for being like me. I get to be put on a pedestal. Look at me in my class photo. So 7th grade, cheesing. Oded Weinstock, Jason Casanai, Michael Wong, Wakil Shaw. Fuck, I remember a lot of these. Michael Sosha. I'm fucking killing it.
Wait, this is all off of memory?
Oh yeah, I just did that off memory.
Not
And
reading
I moved in 7th grade, so I haven't seen these people since 87 or something. When did they officially acknowledge that that was a poop emoji? Because wasn't it like an ice cream cone for a while? Like, weren't they trying to say that? Or that was just hearsay?
I don't know that.
Okay.
I don't know, yeah. What made you think of that?
I spelled poop and it shows it. I do my emojis now by spelling them out.
Me too.
Interesting, really.
It's faster.
It's way faster than fucking trying to find it.
When I type on Instagram, I type the name
of the emoji that you
and then I pick the emoji shows up in the bottom
I'm
there.
pissed when I type in and it's not coming up, the emoji.
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
Interesting.
There's a hack.
You can live on 6 hours sleep. So you have 18 hours. You have 18 goddamn hours. I want to know what you're doing with your 18 hours.
Live stream from Team Garyvee and send a fucking person live right now to that Team Garyvee is live streaming Gary live from DC.
Do you want to film?
Just for you guys, first in line. Go to this link.
Do you want to film a video real quick?
Sure. First in line, what's up? Trying to get some light here. First in line, I'm going on stage in DC right now. Team Garyvee is streaming it live. Click there. Make sure you follow the Team Garyvee Instagram account. Tons of awesome shit there. Hope you enjoy this keynote. Go. When am I on? Now. All right, Andy, go get a good spot. One thing I'm positive about is how ROI negative complaining is and how much I'm trying to suffocate the practice of it. It has been remarkably important to me in understanding that everything that I'm not happy about is on me. It's a remarkably interesting brain twist. The amount of energy spent on things that you can't control versus being accountable to what you can control has been a huge separator for me in the last 4 or 5 years as I've dug deep. And so if I was able to have a couple things happen out of this talk this morning, one is just self-awareness. Just like, do you actually know who you are? So many people wishing there's something instead of understanding what they are. Number two is accountability. No question, the quickest way to happiness is accountability. When people start looking for somebody else to be at fault, whether it's the government or their aunt or their fucking boss, they always lose. I really want to make sure that people leave here knowing who they are. Do you understand yourself? Do you actually have a situation where you judge yourself within yourself, or do you allow other people's opinions to dictate your life? There is nothing more difficult than navigating your life based on somebody else's opinion.
How have you learned something from Gary?
Hold this for a second. You got a pen? It's in the shoe, it's in the shoe. It's in the shoe.
There you go, that's what I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you that it's made a video for you right there.
Who's yours?
I'll take it.
I appreciate it, my guy.
Real, great job, man.
Thank you, man.
Thank you for this opportunity.
Yeah, it was really nice to spend some time. I've always felt comfortable with it. When I started vlogging and had D-Rock film me, there was already vlogging, but like Casey and others, they were doing it themselves. So me having a different human doing it was 3 years ago was a little intense.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You got it. One life, do something. I think people take things for granted. Do you know you're more likely to win the lottery 10 times than be alive? I love that shit. 400 trillion to 1, according to current scientists. 400 trillion to 1. Everybody in this room is likely to get hit by lightning 7 times. More likely than being alive. That's crazy. Steve, that's crazy. All right, let's do this photo. Come on.
Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
You better
Thank you,
off
guys.
running with the bulls and running with that bullshit. Yeah. You better off running with the bulls and running with that bullshit. Yeah. You better off running with the bulls and running with that bullshit. Yeah. You better off running with the bulls and running with that bullshit. Hey. You better off running with the bulls and running with that bullshit. Knock it out the park while I'm sitting in the bullpen. I'm too ahead of my time, you could've bet on my line. Can't do it better than mine. I pin the rhythm and die for every nickel and dime. Think that I'm sick in the mind, sick with lyricism, intricate rhymes. They wanna pick it and try to rebuttal me.
And it's definitely way fucking more competitive now than it was
18 months ago.
maybe even like 6 months ago.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So I mean, aside from like the masses that you were talking to today, what's the next shit? It's beyond Facebook ads.
No, it's that. It's contextual creative though.
Yeah.
I think where we're getting better is like I told them, and it really clicked recently for us because I've been on it, but we haven't been executing on it. I was like, if we're gonna make content, like literally in this green room an hour ago, 2 hours ago, I said to them, no, let me just make an ad and be like, hey, USC grads, like da-da-da, and then you run it against USC grads.
Yeah.
Like it's just contextual.
Yeah.
It's less, like the Facebook and Instagram are content platforms, not advertising platforms. When you run ads, what you realize is you're at no matter how top nerd you are, you're at the mercy of the creative.
Yeah. And when the creative kills, the cost drops.
The end.
The engagement.
The engagement goes through the roof. You get your earned CPMs go through the roof, which drops down your actual cost.
Yeah.
And so like
relevant score, all that stuff, all the good.
Just the cost, because if you're getting shares and word of mouth, and you're getting an extra million impressions that you didn't pay for because of actual social media, people forgot about that part. Yeah. Well, then the creative is the answer.
Yeah.
It's a really good song too. So Up. What time's our flight? 10. So I want to leave at 8:40.
I'm sorry to keep on
Like 8:50 at the latest. Or just Swaley.
Gary, boy, you be talking that cash money shit, bro. You opening up a lot of eyes with what you doing, bro. Storage hit me, bro. Oh, God. Hey, Gary, we gotta link up, man. Talk some cash shit on these folks, man. Let them know who the originators is in this motherfucker. Cause I got a lot of kids, too, in the rap game. Matter of fact, I don't claim them. They disown. But I got a lot of kids in the rap game. I gotta keep switching my swag. The motherfuckers be stealing my old swag. Got you, G.
What you mean when you told me that I was next? Is you talking Biggie or Pop trying to catch me in my new drop? JFK with 2 shots. I know that ain't how you rock. I'm so up right now. I'm so up right now, yeah. I've been down so long that it feels so good just to say I'm up.
Free is best when you can do your thing. I couldn't be more passionate about you going to downtown whatever, wherever the fuck you are now, and like doing it for somebody. Like literally like, hey, Pizza Joe, are you redoing your front of your store? Just get it on ink. The biggest issue for kids a lot of time is proof of concept.
Right.
Free is an awfully tough thing to pass on. One thing with free, do something for free that lets you do what the fuck you want to do. Free for the sake of free, but the owner of the fucking store doesn't let you do shit isn't good for you. Right. You need like Louis Vuitton, you need like Virgil to be like, that's the freshest shit I've ever seen on social media. Who did that? You see where I'm going? We just did something free for me. It's gonna change our company. Now, Vayner, 150 million in revenue. Free, changed my business.
I'm so up right now. I'm so up right now, yeah. I've been down so long that it feels so good just to say I'm up right now.